guys, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video we are going to be doing a Q&A video. I haven't done one of these in a while and I really wanted to do my makeup today, and the makeup look that I want to do is with the Elijah Storm Timeless palette again. Some of the red glitter and the blacks and the reds and browns and stuff. So I wanted to film it for you guys because you guys were really interested in that, but I didn't want to just film a makeup video. I wanted to make it a little bit more interesting. So while I am doing my makeup today, we are going to be doing a little bit of a Q&A. I did ask all the questions on my Instagram, and I literally just asked it maybe about 15 minutes ago to send in some questions. So I'm literally going to be answering some of the questions as they come in. So it's just going to be a nice little relaxing video. We're just going to hang out, do our makeup, and tell you guys a little bit more about me. I haven't gained like a ton of new subscribers, but I do know some of my newer subscribers don't know a whole lot about me, so I figured we could just have like a fun little Q&A moment. I am going to zoom you guys in and we are going to smash this makeup look and answer some questions. So if you guys want to grab a snack, grab some coffee, grab a blankie and a pillow and get nice and cozy, then let's get into it. I am going to go in and just kind of like prime my eyes a little bit with some concealer, just to kind of get things going here. And I am going to do my eyes first before my base because I really want to spend a lot of time blending this out and making it perfect and not have to worry about my base or anything like that. So really quickly to get the eyes started, I'm going to go in with a little bit of Jackie and Kennedy right here and just kind of start sweeping this in the crease a little bit. I'm going to start with Jackie and then kind of build up Kennedy a little bit with Jackie. The very first question that I'm going to answer is, do you ever miss your job at the coffee shop? And for those of you who don't know, I was a barista for 5 years, and then I eventually went to school for dog grooming, and I left my coffee shop job to kind of pursue dog grooming kind of like full-time and more seriously. And to answer your question, yes, I do miss it. I don't have any plans to go back, you know, it's not anything like that, but I definitely do miss it because, you know, it was something that I was really good at, and, you know, me and all of my coworkers were very, very close. We were like working at Bigby, you kind of become like a very tight-knit family, and your coworkers aren't just your coworkers. They become your family. You know, you care about them, you love them, you get to know them really well, you work really, really closely with them. So I definitely do miss that aspect of it, and I do miss working there just because, you know, I was really, really good at it. And yeah, do I have any plans to go back? No, I don't see myself going back anytime in the near future because I am enjoying dog grooming. The next one isn't really a question, but BinksBaby_101 said, please say hi to me in your video. It would mean a lot to me. So I'm here to say hi to you, and I love you, and thank you so much for your support. The question is kind of a stupid question. No such thing as a stupid question, but would you ever do an ombre hair look? Love you. And no, I would not. I am so incredibly deeply attached to my black hair. And ombre, you know, it is a very beautiful, you know, hair look, but to be perfectly honest with you, no. I am someone, when it comes to hair, I like very dramatic hair. I either like white hair or jet black hair or colored hair. I don't really like anything natural or in between, if you know what I mean. So no, I would never do an ombre look. The next question is, what do you think about masturbation? I did tell you guys when I did this that literally nothing is off limits, so to go ham. What do I think about masturbation? Well, I am all for it, even though I do think it is a very kind of taboo subject, especially for women. Like, I feel like with men, when it comes to sex, like, you know, they can talk about it all day long and people don't really bat an eye, but as soon as a woman kind of talks about her sexuality or, you know, masturbation or fantasies or whatever like that, anything like that, I feel like it gets kind of taboo and women kind of get shunned or judged for certain things. But when it comes to masturbation, 2 thumbs up, I'm all for it. I think it's great. I think it's healthy. I think it's a great way to know your body. I think it's a great way to, you know, get to know yourself, and it kind of opens, you know, things up in the bedroom with your partner, whether that be a man or a woman or, you know, anything in between, except animals. That's gross. The next question is, would you ever get your tongue re-pierced? And I have gotten this quite a bit. And to be perfectly honest with you, since I've taken my tongue ring out, I don't miss it as much as I thought I would. So no, I probably wouldn't. And if I were to ever get my tongue pierced again, I would want it to be something different than just a tongue piercing. Like, I really like the look of Snake Eyes, which is like the 2 or whatever. But no, I don't have any plans to get it re-pierced or anything like that. The next question is, so will we ever get to see Mr. Special? Totally understand why you keep it private too, though. I know, I get a lot of questions about this as well. So I have been in a relationship for almost 2 years now. This March 2021 will be 2 years since I have been in a relationship, and I know a lot of people don't know that, which I'm glad for. When I got into this relationship, I made it a point, you know, when I told him about, you know, my YouTube and what I do, I did make a point to kind of sit down and talk to him about how I really wanted to keep our relationship private, because I've had a lot of relationships. I've had a few relationships publicly on YouTube, and having a relationship on YouTube just kind of opens the door for a lot of unnecessary bullshit. Like, you know, people from the outside will watch your videos and look in and kind of judge your relationship, or they'll speculate, or, you know, they'll start rumors, and it's just not healthy. And I know, you know, there's a lot of things I can handle, but what I can't handle is, you know, strangers on the internet speculating about a relationship that they are not in or that they know nothing about. So I made the decision to not put my relationship on YouTube, and I am so glad I made that decision. I can't even stress this enough. Like, if any of you are watching this and you want to become a YouTuber, or you want to become a public figure and you are in a relationship, take my advice and keep it very, very private, very low key. It is a lot healthier for your relationship. It's a lot less stress on you. I love the fact that I've kept my relationship private. I would never ever go back and change that. It's just a lot better for me, my mental health, and my relationship, honestly. And my relationship is absolutely amazing. I seriously, and I know I've said this before, but, you know, third time's a charm, but I do really, really think that I found my person. I think I found my true best friend in life, and yeah, we've just been doing really, really good, and I think keeping my relationship off the internet has had a great deal to do with that. So as much as I know that you guys are curious and that you want to see my boyfriend and you want to, you know, get all in that, I totally understand, but I do not have any plans to ever share, you know, my relationship online. Next question is, if you have to get rid of one piercing, which one would it be? And this one I thought was going to be really hard to answer, but to be perfectly honest with you, if I had to get rid of one piercing right now, like if I had to take out one and leave it out forever, it would probably be my belly ring. And it's not because I don't like it. Start going in with Marilyn right here, this like really pretty red, and I'm just going to put this all over the eyelid. I have had my belly button piercing for, oh my gosh, 9, 10, 11 years, something like that, one of those years. I can't remember off the top of my head immediately. It's because, you know, since I've had it for so long, the skin in between the ring has gotten quite thin. You know, it's been through a few wild rides. It's not rejecting or anything, like you can't see the bar through the skin, but it definitely has thinned out over the years. The skin is just really thin because I've had it for so long, and I'm a huge stomach sleeper. The next question is, do you ever play video games? And that is a very good question, because I know, especially in the world today, people love video games. People play video games all the time. Xbox, PS5, like, you know, people love that shit. And to be perfectly honest with you, no, I do not play video games because I suck at them. The only video game that I really, really liked was Uncharted 3 back when that came out. I really liked playing the online play where you basically just go around and kill people. I really, really liked that game, but I have not... Oh, there was another one. What the heck was that one? It was for the PS3, and I literally was obsessed with it, and I played it all the time. It was like Lollipop Chainsaw or something like that. I really did like that game as well. This one was a really good question. It was, what were you like before your style became more alternative? Like, what were you like as a kid? And that is a very good question. And to be perfectly honest with you, I have always been kind of alternative or emo or punk, goth, whatever you want to call it. I don't really like to label it. So growing up as a kid, my mom, she always dressed me and my sister very, very similar. Like, we always had the same outfits, and, you know, my mom would buy, you know, dresses and cute little blouses and, what the heck were those pants called? Poncho pants or something? Like, where it's like pants, but it would come like capri style and then they'd flare out. They were really big back when I was like in 6th grade, and I fucking hated them, but my mom would always buy me stuff like that and try to dress me a little bit more girly or preppy. Never liked it. Ever since I was about maybe 11 or 12, when I was a huge diehard fan of Avril Lavigne. I loved her style, and she has always been kind of an inspiration of mine. And once my mom kind of stopped dressing me and my sister alike and very girly and preppy, I kind of took things into my own hands and just really was drawn to that alternative look. Like, I had trip pants, or they weren't like true trip pants, but they were like the capri style trip pants, where I was obsessed with those, and I seriously wish I still had them to this day, because they were some of my favorite things in the entire world. It's a style that I like, it's a style that I vibe with, it's a style that I feel comfortable in. Like, I do not feel comfortable dressing up, I do not feel comfortable in dresses. Even though I do think I look good in dresses, I'm just not comfortable in them at all. Okay, now I'm gonna go in with Cash right here, which is the black shade. I know I'm holding it upside down, so it's kind of hard to see, but this is the Cash shade, and I'm gonna go in and start buffing this out really lightly in the outer parts of my eye. And since we have the tape on, it should be really easy to kind of blend outward and stuff. Ooh, the next one is, what would you say to someone who wants to start a YouTube channel now? And this is very tricky, because back when I started my channel, back in 2010, but I started taking it seriously in 2012. And back then, the YouTube days were just so incredibly different back then. Like, you know, there wasn't all of the censorship, there wasn't the beauty community, which I personally feel like has had a lot of influence on why YouTube has been going downhill over the last few years. Like, back when I started taking YouTube seriously, things were just a lot different. It was a lot easier. It was a lot more fun, I guess you could say. And to get started on YouTube now, I feel like it's incredibly difficult. Like, I have a lot of respect for people who take the plunge and start a channel now and, you know, make it successful, because it's just very hard, especially if you want to become like, you know, a makeup channel or something like that. It's very difficult, because the beauty community has literally just oversaturated the YouTube world, and it's become a lot about popularity and money and followers and fame and getting the best content and, you know, clickbait. Whereas back then, it really wasn't like that. Like, I could literally upload a video saying, like, here's my favorite foundation, and people would love that shit. But nowadays, it's not like that. Like, I feel like you have to be over the top, you have to be extreme, you have to kind of have that popularity with people. You know, like James Charles, for example, I feel like he's a big reason. Now, I don't hate James Charles at all, but I feel like he's a big reason why YouTube has changed so much, because it's almost like people are looking for that next big popular thing. So, I mean, if you want to start a YouTube channel now, the one thing that I will say to you is, if you are going to start it because you want to make a living off of it, and if you want it to become your full-time job, and that's the only goal you have in mind with starting a YouTube channel, I'm going to say right now, don't. Because number one, it is extremely hard to get to the point in a YouTube career where you can just do it full-time and where you can support yourself. Like, I've been doing this for, like, what, not 8 years now, and honestly, I can't make this my full-time job. So it's very difficult, and, you know, not everyone is lucky. Like, I'm extremely lucky to have the amount of subscribers that I have, because honestly, I don't even know how the hell that happened. I mean, I'm grateful for it, but holy shit, like, I don't know how that happened. And that's another thing too, is I feel like my channel, for example, does not grow as much as other people's, because I am not that typical YouTuber. I'm not a beauty guru. I'm not some rich and famous snob. I'm not some clickbaity fake person. I don't cling to the popular thing that's going on at the moment. You know, I don't do that stuff, and that's kind of why my channel has always just stayed at a steady plateau. Like, I'll have some months where it'll be really good, and then some months where it'll just stay the same for months and months and months. So it is very, very hard. And really, if you do want to start a YouTube channel, the one thing that I will say is don't start it if you want to become famous. Don't. You're going to waste your time and you will fail. If you want to start a YouTube channel because you think it's fun and you like being creative and you like editing and you like all that shit, by all means, dive right in and get to it. The next question is, what is your favorite dog breed to groom? And I love this question. So I don't have like an absolute favorite, but I think a majority of the grooms that I do are Yorkies. I do so many Yorkies, and one of my old coworkers, actually my old boss for my coffee shop job, has a ton of Yorkies. And so when I'm not at my dog grooming job, I groom from home, and I do groom her dogs, which do happen to be all Yorkies. So I do groom quite a bit of Yorkies. It's like, are they my absolute favorite? No, but I mean, I don't mind doing them. I have a good time with them. Okay, so now I think I'm ready for some sparkle, and for that we are going to go in with this beautiful red sparkly shade right here, which is Dean. Oh, my lord. Oh, I'm so excited. The only thing I've done with this shade is I've only ever swatched it. I have not tried it on the eyes. And the last time I played with this palette, I used the silver one right here, which is 1960s, and I absolutely loved it. So I do like to use these wet, so I just spray my brush with a little bit of MAC Fix Plus, and I'm going to take Dean, and we are just going to pile this all over where we applied that Maryland shade. The next question is, do you think you would ever get another dog? And the answer to that is 100% abso-freaking-lutely yes. Now, anytime soon, no, because one, where I live, I can only have my 2 dogs, so there's no way I would be able to have a third one. And Jackal is very dog aggressive, and it was risky enough bringing Avril into my household. So I don't want to, you know, upset Jackal or make him uncomfortable in any way. And one of them is, now I have wanted one of these dogs since I was a child. And if you're gonna say German Shepherd, yes, but there's another one. So when I was a little kid, I had 2 dogs that I wanted so freaking badly. And one of them was a German Shepherd, and the other one was a Golden Retriever. Oh my gosh, you guys. They are some of the most beautiful dogs. They are some of the most, like, purest souls on this planet. Like, I think ever since I've started grooming dogs and I've been in contact with a bunch of different, you know, breeds of dogs, the one dog that I can say that has always made me happy and has always brought me joy were Golden Retrievers. Like, I have yet to meet a mean Golden Retriever. I just feel like there's something different about Golden Retrievers than any other dog on planet Earth, because they just seem so happy. Their souls just seem so pure. And I've always wanted a Golden Retriever when I was a little girl, because that was also my dad's favorite dog. So, you know, I always wanted to have a Golden Retriever growing up. I did. Now, I actually have changed my mind on this, and that is because of dog grooming, but I did always want a German Shepherd as well, and you guys know this because I've always used to talk about them. But since I've been grooming German Shepherds, I do not want one anymore. And the only reason why I don't want one anymore is the hair. The amount of hair that comes off of those animals is honestly fucking astounding. Like, they have so much hair and they shed like freaking crazy, and I know personally I would never be able to handle that. So I don't think I would ever get a German Shepherd. I hate people who get dogs that shed and then just shave them. That's just fucking stupid. Like, if you can't handle the hair, don't get the dog. And I know I would not be able to handle the hair, so I'm not gonna get the dog. I think they're beautiful. I think, you know, German Shepherds deserve a lot of respect, but I don't think I could ever handle something like that. The next question is your boyfriend into tattoos and piercings? And to answer your question, no. My boyfriend actually has no tattoos and no piercings. I know, it's really wild. Like, he is very vanilla, you know, no tattoos, no piercings. So I know that may come off as shocking to some of you, but yeah, he's an empty canvas. All right, the next question is a little bit controversial, but I have no issue answering it. And that is, oh my gosh, look what this tape did. What the hell? And the next question is, Jeffree Star as a person, what are your thoughts? So, a lot of people, because, I mean, I feel like it's just a popular vote, but a lot of people do not like Jeffree Star because of his past and because they think he's problematic and, you know, whatever. Each their own, you know, everyone is entitled to their own opinion. What I don't like is when people put other people down just because they have a different opinion than everybody else. I love Jeffree Star. Jeffree Star Cosmetics. I love his makeup line. I think it's genius. I think, you know, the man knows what he's doing. He's fantastic at what he does. And, you know, obviously everybody has a past, you know, and even the people who, you know, like everyday people who are just watching this video, everybody has a past. Everyone has done or said things that, you know, probably weren't appropriate or they're probably not proud of. And, you know, everyone has skeletons in their closet. Obviously, you know, no one's perfect. We're all human. You know, we were all put on this earth to make mistakes. And I'm sure, you know, some mistakes are worse than others. But, you know, I don't judge people for their past. Like, you know, I don't like to sit here and slander and talk badly about somebody or bring up somebody's past because they were problematic and they said things that weren't right. Okay, I shouldn't have done this because Jeffree Star has definitely done and said things that were not okay and that are not ever going to be okay. But at the end of the day, we're all human. We all make mistakes. And though, you know, Jeffree Star is considered problematic, but if he were just, you know, an everyday person and not in the public eye and not a public figure, people wouldn't, you know, they wouldn't think those things. I feel like a lot of him being famous has a lot to do with, you know, the criticism and the digging and the backlash that he gets. And Jeffree Star is a very unique person. He is very, you know, outspoken. He speaks his mind, whatever that may be. He has no filter. It just kind of comes out, which I do respect him for that because I feel like a lot of people, especially nowadays, are so incredibly sensitive and so, like, pussy about everything and they can't handle the truth. And Jeffree Star isn't afraid to tell the truth. And now I'm talking about actual truth. I'm not talking about, you know, using the N-word with the hard R. That's not okay. You know, I don't hate Jeffree Star as a person because I don't think that's fair. I don't know him, you know, he's not, you know, he's someone that we see on the internet, you know, he's not like our family member or someone that we know really well, you know what I mean? So I feel like for people who say I hate Jeffree Star, like that's a pretty strong word and you need to calm the fuck down. Because at the end of the day, we don't know Jeffree Star's heart at the end of the day, and personally, I do think he's a good person. Deep down, like I feel like if every single person who hated Jeffree Star, you know, sat by a fire with him and had a conversation with him, I do honestly feel like they would have a different outlook of him. I do think that he is a good person when he wants to be, but like I said, you know, he has no filter, and if he feels like he wants to say something, he will say it. But, you know, I don't make my YouTube videos to try to defend other people. I use Jeffree Star Cosmetics makeup because I genuinely like it. I like Jeffree Star because I genuinely do. I always have. And I'm not going to change my opinion based on other people's opinions. And I'm not going to change my opinion based on somebody's past. So, you know, at the end of the day, we don't truly know him, but I like him. And I'm not afraid to say it. Question is, what is your favorite piercing that you have? And that would be my Medusa. I recently got it this year and I'm so glad that I did. No regrets. I absolutely love it. Literally one of my all-time favorite piercings that I have now. I think this whole like general area of my face is probably my favorite. The next question is, what is your favorite part about being a YouTuber? And this one, I didn't know how to answer it at first, but now I literally have the perfect answer. So, you know, growing up, I didn't really have like a whole lot of friends. Like, you know, I had a few, and there were times when I had friends that I considered best friends. The older I got, the more I felt myself kind of drifting away from people and feeling like I didn't fit in, and you know, so I kind of, what the hell? What a weird spot for a zit. And YouTube for me was just a way to have fun, a way for me to, you know, pass the time. And you know, obviously as my channel grew, which I'm still fucking mind blown by that, like how the hell did I get almost 250,000 subscribers? Like how? Like on what planet? And obviously the more that my channel grew, I had a lot of, you know, returning subscribers and a lot of people that I would recognize by name and a lot of people that, you know, I would talk to outside of the YouTube world. I think my favorite thing, honestly, is knowing that I always have someone there for me. Like, I can go to Instagram and I can open up my DMs if I'm having a bad day, and, you know, I can see and read messages where people tell me like what an inspiration I am or how much people love my videos and things like that. And that just like, that brings so much, you know, comfort to me. And I'm the kind of YouTuber where, you know, I don't consider myself a celebrity, and quite frankly, I can't stand when people call me a celebrity. It just drives me up the fucking wall because, you know, I'm not a celebrity. I mean, yeah, I have a following, but I'm just an everyday person. Like, you know, I still cry, I have feelings, I get up every day, I go to work, I work a normal job, you know, I'm not shooting with magazines on the weekends, I'm not flying out to LA, you know what I mean? So I'm just a very like real ass bitch, and I like to be very personable with my followers and my subscribers and people, you know, all over. I don't know, I like to be personable, and I like to know that, you know, I have a friend in you guys and you guys have a friend in me. The next question is, do you have any more tattoos and piercings planned? And the answer is yes, I do. So if you are new to my channel and you don't know this, every single December or, you know, closer to the end of the year, I always like to do a future tattoos and piercings for the upcoming year. So for example, it'll be future tattoos and piercings for 2021. I do try to do those videos every single year, and I do have one planned. The next question is, do you ever groom dogs that are clearly being abused? If so, do you have a protocol? Now, this is a very interesting topic. I have not seen, you know, I get dogs that come in extremely matted, and I get dogs that come in and I'm just like, what the fuck are your owners doing? Like, do you just live outside? I do get those days, and there have been a couple times where, you know, I almost thought like dogs were being hit at home because I'll go to, you know, brush them or pet them and they kind of flinch or, you know, get scared. And that's kind of like brought up some awareness, but I have not, thankfully, and I honestly hope I never do, but I have never had a dog come in where I was genuinely concerned. And, you know, if I ever were to have a dog that I thought was being, you know, very, very abused or very neglected, or if it was very underweight, or, you know, they were obviously being hit or whatever the case may be, I do work in a salon where we have daycare, boarding, grooming obviously, and it's also connected to a vet's office. And what I would do personally, I don't know the exact protocol because I honestly don't think it's ever happened, but what I would personally do is I would go over and I would either ask a veterinarian or a vet tech to come over and look at the dog and evaluate it because I feel that it's being neglected. Because, you know, at the end of the day, I'm a groomer, I'm not a veterinarian, and I feel like a lot of groomers tend to get this twisted where when we become dog groomers, we are trained observers. We are not doctors, so it is not right for us to diagnose what we think is going on with the dog. So I would never just assume. I would always have a veterinarian come over and take a look at the dog, and I would let them decide from there. And then we would probably, you know, either talk to the owner, or if it was really bad, probably just call animal control right away and have the owner surrender the dog. I mean, that's just what I would do. Ooh, this one. What is the best foundation you have ever tried? Drugstore and high-end. So, let me look. I actually have my foundation drawer open. Drugstore, I think that's going to have to go to the Believe Beauty Foundation. You can get this for $5 hairs. $5 hairs at Dollar General, and this seriously is the best foundation at the drugstore, hands down. The concealer with this is also really, really good. And then, high-end, I honestly haven't tried too many higher-end foundations. Like the one I'm using today is the Laura Mercier Flawless Lumiere Radiance Perfecting Foundation, which I do really like. But I think the other one that I really liked was the NARS Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation. This one is another really good one. The thing I don't like about this is I think I got the wrong color because it does make me look a little bit on the yellow side. So, but yeah, as far as high-end, this one is really good. Oh, the next one. When are you getting married? And again, this I feel like is another kind of taboo subject to talk to women about. First off, I guess I should answer, do I want to get married someday? The answer is absolutely yes. The next question that I am going to answer is, what is your sexual orientation? I think that's how you say that word. I am straight. I do like men. I like the dick. All right, I'm gonna go in with Peach Goddess to highlight because it has literally been forever and a day since I have used the Skin Frosts. Oh, yeah. Oh, this is a really good question. So it says, if so, where are you ticklish? And that is a very good question. I am so incredibly ticklish in like my ribs area, and like even just tapping them, like I get like goosebumps. I'm so ticklish there, and kind of like on my stomach, like my hips or my sides region, I'm very, very ticklish there. Like I can't fucking stand when people try to tickle me there because I'm either going to piss myself, shit myself, or pass out from, you know, all the feels of getting tickled. The next one is, have you ever thought about getting your hair cut shorter ever again? And the answer is yes, I have. So my hair is probably the longest that it has ever been, and I do really like it. I have become quite attached to my long hair, but let me tell you, having long hair is probably the world's most annoying thing on planet fucking Earth. It gets caught indoors, in drawers, anywhere you can think of, and your hair, like, it just sheds like crazy, so you're always finding like long black hairs everywhere all around my house. So it's a lot having long hair, and I definitely have thought about cutting it shorter and, you know, just not having to worry about it, but I do think that I would probably have a mental breakdown, and I know that's a little exaggerating, but it's taken me so long to get my hair to this point that I feel like I would just freak out if I didn't have it. But you never know, I might just wake up one day and be like, yeah, fuck it, and just cut all my hair off, you know. Stay tuned, maybe I'll record it. The next question is, are you ever nervous about the scars that your piercings will leave? And the answer to that question is no, absolutely not. I honestly don't even think about it. Like, I used to have my Monroe pierced, and obviously you can see that scar. I used to have my eyebrow pierced, and obviously you can see that scar. And to be real with you guys, it really doesn't bother me. I don't even really notice. I actually kind of like them because it's almost like a reminder of who I used to be or what I used to look like, you know what I mean? So I have an appreciation for my piercing scars, and they really don't bug me. All right, now I'm going to go in with some unicorn blood on these very overdrawn lips. Next question is, do you ever want kids? And if so, do you have names picked out? So I do. want kids, I'm pretty sure. I've pretty much, you know, dead ass made my mind up that I do want kids. How many, I don't know, maybe one, maybe two. Haven't really decided yet. And I do have names picked out for both a boy and a girl. I'm not gonna say them because the girl name is actually really unique and I really like it. Same thing with marriage though. I'm not gonna like rush the whole kid thing. I will just take it day by day, and if I get pregnant, you know, on accident, so be it. If I plan it out and I get pregnant that way, so be it. Alright, I just went and fixed my hair and I am looking like true goth today. Oh my gosh, I am obsessed. Hair everywhere. I'm obsessed with this makeup look. Like, if we are ever allowed to have concerts again, the next concert that I go to, I am totally doing this look. Okay, so the very last question that I'm going to answer for this Q&A, oh my god, even my phone case matches. Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. Anyway, the very last question that I'm going to answer for this Q&A is, how did you meet your boyfriend? And I have no problem telling you guys that story. It's actually a really cute story. So I actually met him when I worked at the coffee shop, and twice a week we would get deliveries where we would get like milk, whipped cream, our syrups, cups, things like that, like basically all of our supplies. So we would get those 2 times a week. And one of the days that I always worked was Thursdays, and Thursdays was one of our truck days, and he was actually the delivery guy for that day. I didn't even notice him, to be perfectly honest, at first, because, you know, the last thing on my mind was, you know, guys and getting in a relationship and whatnot. But, you know, he had been noticing me for a while and kind of watching me, and he thought I was really cute. My car has a Michael Myers sticker on it, and I always parked in the very back of the store because I don't like people. I don't like people to talk to me, so when my shift was done, I could just walk out the back door and leave, okay? So I always parked in the back, and that's always where the truck would come and park and deliver the stuff. One of the very first interactions that me and him had, because we have never really spoken, it was always just like, hi, good morning, how are you? Like, you know what I mean? So, my car has a Michael Myers sticker on it. One Thursday, he obviously must have figured out it was my car because that car is there every time I'm working. So I think he just kind of figured out it was my car. And the very first thing he said to me is, so who's the freaky one? And he smiled at me. And the second he smiled, holy shit, I swear to God, I went from like this dimension all the way to another dimension. Like, his smile about knocked me on my ass, and I was very flattered because I was like, you mean the Michael Myers sticker? That's me. And we kind of just hit it off from there. And we didn't really talk too much in the beginning. It was always just like Thursdays were our days where like, it'd be like, oh my god, it's Thursday, it's truck day, I'm gonna see the guy, like he's really cute. And I would always go out and have like smoke breaks, and like, you know, while he was delivering stuff, I would be outside smoking and just kind of like watching him, and, you know, we'd kind of flirt that way, and eventually we started talking, and a couple months later we made it official, and almost 2 years later, it's a really cute story, like the barista and the truck driver, like, and that is everything that I have for this little Q&A video slash get ready with me. I really hope that you guys enjoyed. I think we've been filming for almost 2 hours. 2 hours I think I have of footage, so I mean, this is going to be a pretty long video. If you did, make sure to go down and give this video a huge thumbs up. If you are new to my channel, I would absolutely love to have you join the family. Make sure you go down and hit that red subscribe button. I do upload every 3 to 4 days here. But as for the rest of you, I love you guys so much, but I will see you very soon in my next video. I love you guys. Bye! Mwah.